What's going on everyone, and welcome back to another video. My name is Oman and today's analysis video is going to be about the Super Cup game between Liverpool and Chelsea. So Liverpool on paper were lined up in a 4-3-3 formation, but their formation on the ground, especially in the first half, was mostly 4-4. Mohamed Salah and Chamberlain were providing the width, while Mane and Henderson were attacking the half spaces. Chelsea, on the other hand, lined up in a 4-3-3 formation, which often shifted to 4-4 during the pressing phase. And N'Golo Kante would join the front line during the pressing phase, while Jorginho and Kovacic were sitting in front of the defense. Liverpool in the first half played very differently from their normal style of play, and a part of it was down to Chelsea's counter-attacking approach. During the first few minutes of the game, Liverpool played in their normal style, and their fullbacks were moving really high up the pitch. With possession, Liverpool's front three were getting narrow, and the fullbacks were moving up to provide the attacking width. So as soon as Chelsea won possession, they mostly tried to use Giroud as a target man, while Pedro and Pulisic tried to exploit the wide channels behind the Liverpool fullbacks. Chelsea win possession, and Jorginho immediately looks to find his man in the wide areas. Jorginho's pass to Pedro, and both Liverpool fullbacks are taken out, and Chelsea now have 2v2 to attack Liverpool's backline. And N'Golo Kante wins possession for Chelsea and see the positions of Pedro and Robertson. Pedro is staying behind Robertson, ready to exploit the wide channel on transition. And N'Golo Kante to Azpilicueta to Giroud, who plays a first-time pass for Pedro in the wide channel. Van Dijk blocks the ball with his hand, otherwise the break was on for Chelsea. Whenever Chelsea won possession, their first target was always to find a man in the wide area, behind the high Liverpool fullback. And the combination of Giroud, Pedro and Pulisic did a great job to create spaces and passing lanes for each other. Giroud pulls Van Dijk away from Robertson, and that creates the passing lane for Kovacic to find Pedro behind Van Dijk. Van Dijk was taken out by Giroud, and Pedro had a 1v1 against Robertson, who did a very good job at defending his goal box. Liverpool fullbacks are once again caught out of their position, and Pedro is now in acres of space as Giroud pulls Van Dijk in to open the passing lane. Since Chelsea were mostly looking to attack the wide spaces on transitions, so Klopp tried to change his system very early in the game. In Liverpool's normal system, their fullbacks play very high, and they provide the attacking width, and Liverpool try to suffocate their opponents with attacking numbers. But in the first half, Klopp asked both his fullbacks to stay back, while the midfielders moved up to join the front line. Liverpool's fullbacks were staying back, and it was their midfielders who were moving up to provide the attacking width. And thus Liverpool's formation with possession was often 4-4. Mohamed Salah and Chamberlain were playing as wingers, while Mane and Henderson were often attacking the half spaces. Most of Liverpool's attacks in this game actually came from the right side, where Mohamed Salah was continuously pulling Emerson out to create space for Henderson's run. Salah pulls Emerson out to create space in between the centre-back and the full-back for Henderson's run. Emerson was taken out by Salah, and Henderson receives the ball in the space and plays a through ball for Mane in the final third. Salah and Henderson once again make 2v1 against Emerson. Emerson moves out, and Mohamed Salah plays the ball for Henderson. Henderson receives the pass from Salah and delivers a wonderful cross inside the box for Sadio Mane, which was well defended by Christensen. Liverpool played a total of 23 crosses from these wide areas, and they had some really nice moments to score some goals. Now let's talk about Chelsea, as there were lots of positives about Chelsea's play in this game. We have seen it so far that Chelsea's biggest issue has been the distance in between their lines, especially during the pressing phase and on transitions. In the previous games, Chelsea's front and midfield lines would often push up while the defense stayed back, and as a result, they had big gaps in the middle of the ground. But in this game, Lampard kept 2 out of his 3 midfielders in front of the defense all the time. If Kante moved up to press, Kovacic Jorginho stayed back, and if Kovacic moved up, then Kante and Jorginho stayed back. Kovacic moves up while Jorginho and Kante stay back. Chelsea's front line is taken out, but their defense still has the protection from Kante and Jorginho. Just like the previous games, the gap is still there, but now Chelsea had the numbers in the middle to cover that gap. This time N'Golo Kante pushes up to press, while Kovacic is trying to stay back with Jorginho to cover the gap in the middle. No gaps in between the lines whatsoever. Another issue for Chelsea so far has been the position of their defensive line. Chelsea's defensive line was mostly staying low and they were not moving up with the front and midfield lines, which was leaving the gaps open on transitions. Maurizio Sarri always used to shout at the touchline, asking his defense to push up. And Lampard was doing a very similar thing yesterday, as he was continuously asking his defense to move up. Chelsea yesterday were following a very similar pattern without the ball. High line with narrow distance in between the lines, moving very closely as a close unit. But when you play with a high line, there is always a threat of long passes behind the line, especially when the opponents are Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. And this is what Liverpool often try to do, long passes from Van Dijk to Salah and Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane's run in the space and Van Dijk's long pass to find him behind the line. Firmino was introduced in the game in the second half, and he made a big difference for Liverpool offensively. As we all know, Firmino is someone who loves to exploit the spaces in between the lines, as he often drops deep to receive the pass and link with Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. And this is what Liverpool were missing in the first half, someone who could identify spaces in the Chelsea shape. Firmino finding a small pocket of space and moves behind the Chelsea midfield to open the passing lane. Firmino drops in between the lines to receive the pass, and he also pulls Jorginho in to free Sadio Mane behind the line. Pass behind the line and Sadio Mane is now free to run at the Chelsea goal box. Again, he drops deep, receives the pass, and then tries to link up with his front two. Since Firmino was creating issues for Chelsea, so Chelsea tried to use Jorginho to man-mark Firmino whenever he dropped deep. And Firmino tried to use that tight man-marking to pull Jorginho away to open the passing lane from the defense to offense. Firmino opens the passing lane from Matip to Mane, and Liverpool already had 2v1 in that zone. Chelsea played a high line in this game, but Kurt Zouma is the one man who was often not in line with the rest of his defense. The other three defenders are in line, while Kurt Zouma is once again out of his defensive line. Kurt Zouma is again not on the same page. The other Chelsea defenders are clearly playing Firmino offside, but Kurt Zouma is playing him onside. The score was 2-2 after 120 minutes, and Liverpool won the cup on the penalty shootout. Liverpool in the first half looked totally lost, but the introduction of Firmino gave them a great offensive boost. Chelsea, on the other hand, made lots of improvements after the heavy defeat against Manchester United. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.